'Cause we're all in this now, but our dreams can come true. Sustain our sound, GRCB needs you. All in this now, but our dreams can come true. Sustain our sound, GRCB needs you. Sustain our sound, make it loud. Help us keep up the fight. GRCB, alright. Help us keep up the fight.
So what I'm going to show you today is how I make a beat in Ableton. I'm just going to come up with something totally new that I've never worked on before, but I'll show you a couple of things about it in the first place so that you get a little bit of a tutorial on how to use the program. So this is Ableton. I'm using Ableton 9. I know Ableton 10 is out. It's going to look a little bit different, but the functionality should be pretty much the same. So actually, let's get a fresh. I'm going to go up here to File. I'm going to go to New Live Set. I'm going to save this. I have a license for Ableton, which the basic license costs about $100. And if you want to be able to save anything, you're going to need to get a license in order to do that. Okay, so every time you open up a new window, you've got 2 MIDI channels and you've got 2 audio channels. And so what we're going to do for the upcoming project, the audio chain letter, is everybody's just going to add on whatever kind of instrument they want to add in. And you can do that by hand. You don't have to have any external equipment. I do normally use a Novation Launchpad Pro in order to create my beats, but it is not working properly right now, so I'm just going to show you how to do it by hand, and that's fine because most people probably don't have one of those at home anyway. So there's a couple of ways that you can create sounds. And a MIDI track, it means that you can manipulate each element of the sound the way that you want it, and I'll show you what that means in a little bit. On the audio track, you're just playing a pre-existing sound that's already been recorded for you. You can still do some manipulation, like you can add an effect to it, or put how high, volume-wise, high or low, and then you've got your pan left and right in that channel that you want. So it's kind of set up. You've got these separate channels, and all of the controls within this vertical box here relate to that particular channel. You've also got something called a scene, which is the horizontal version, so you can play everything all together. So this could be my drum track, this could be my vocals, this can be my guitar, and when I play them all together over here, I get my full sound. Right now, what I'm just going to be focusing on is just a drum beat. So let me show you really quickly. You see this right here, clips. When you click on that, that's going to bring up this whole library of clips that comes installed with Ableton, and you can download extras and you can add them in as you want. Sometimes they have them for free on their website, or artists will release their own clips and you can import them into your library. But this is a pre-existing set of tones and sounds, and hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Right here, we're going to preview. And that's pretty cool. Right up here, you see 120 beats per minute. If you want that to go faster, you can tap in how fast you want it to be, or how slow you want it to be, and it'll respond. Or you can just also type it in here if you want it to be at 120 beats per minute. And if you hit this little metronome, that tells you the beat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll turn that off. Back to the clips. So if I like the way that sounds, let's do another one. This is just the bass line. Search for some drums. So here's all these different drums we can choose from. If I liked that, I could just click and drag this over to the audio and place it right here in the clip. And then when I'm playing my track, I press play. To the left, all to the right. And to stop the clip, you have to press one of the empty clips underneath it, or you can press stop up here. That's going to stop your whole track from running. Press stop twice, it gets you back to the beginning of your piano roll. I won't get too much into that, but if you hit tab, you can see as you're recording, you can see what your clip looks like. So back to this view. So this is just if you find one that you like and you like what it all sounds like, you can go ahead and put it in as an audio clip. And to start it, you just press play. Now, if you want to get more into how to create one, then we're going to go into drums. Delete that. So now this is all the different drum kits that are available. There's tons of different instruments that you can do as well. So if I wanted to create a bass line, or trumpets or guitar, pianos, anything that I wanted to do, I would just load them from within there. But I'm specifically looking for a drum beat right now, so I'm going to preview a couple and see if we like how they sound, if we like certain elements. And that's what I usually am looking for, is if there's something in the track that really speaks to me or kind of is inspiring or interesting, and I want to play with it a little bit more. So let's see if we can find one. I like this one. Feeling kind of chill right now these days. So what I'm going to do is make sure in the MIDI track, I'm going to grab this MIDI drum. I'm going to pull it up here to the very top, and it'll reassign it. Now it has the same name as the MIDI one over here. And I'm going to either right click or two finger click up in this clip here, and I'm going to say insert MIDI clip, and it's going to give me down here on the bottom this space, this is the counts of 4. So you have 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. This is all within 4/4 time, and so I can kind of paint on here what kind of sound that I'm looking for, and I can preview all of the sounds here. If this little headphone icon is on, if it's off, you're not going to be able to hear what each individual part of this drum kit sounds like. So I'm going to preview that, and we're going to see what it sounds like. I kind of like that one so far. That's cool. So if I like this sound and I want it to be painted into my drum beat, then I can, I have to double click on this one. Okay. Sorry about that. And let's just preview everything as it's coming in. So we're going to hit up here, just click so it highlights it all, and hit play. And it will loop this. Which is the one that I liked. Oh, I like that a lot. I'm going to put this on the 2 and the 4. this over here.
Move it.
You can either click on it. Let's actually, all right, we'll stop that for one sec. So, basically I'm just playing around with certain tones and putting them in certain parts to see what it sounds like and trying to come up with something that I think sounds cool. These are all of the different elements of this whole drum kit over here, which when we previewed it, that's only a very small part of what that kit can actually do. These are all the different elements that are put in there as well. So we'll try and see, make it not too complicated. All right, I think that sounds pretty cool. Okay, let's give that a try. And that's that's how you make a drum beat. It seems kind of complicated, but you can just test stuff out. When you click on it once, and when you click on it in here, it'll add it. When you double click it again, it'll remove it. Or you can also, if it's in there, if you have it highlighted, you can press delete or backspace and it'll delete it for you. And just play with it and get it to sound the way that you want and give it a try. Okay, we've got our beat that we made. Basically, you can use the clip and the MIDI together, the pre-canned and the stuff that you made together to enhance the way that things sound and make it your own. So this is the track that we've got. Now when we add that together with the clip that we drew previously out of the clip library, I can start the whole scene by playing over here in the master, and you can see it sounds completely different. So that sounds pretty awesome. Let's pause this one here, and you can hear just the clip. Play ours. And both together. That way it ends up sounding a little bit more full, more interesting. There's some elements that you can't change from within here, but you can add or take away whatever you want. And then you can export this to send to somebody so that they can add tracks on top of it. And we can just do that by going up to File, and we do Export Audio, just hit Export, and then you're going to name it where you want it to save. So I'm just going to put mine on my desktop, and I'm going to call it audio chain letter. And there we go. So now when I go to my desktop, you should be able to see it. Oh boy. My desktop, there we go. And you've got your WAV file right here, and that can be shared with people. And start playing my iTunes. There it is. All right, thanks for watching.
because we're all in